Happy Wellness Wednesday, guys. We do this every week to share health and wellness and inspiration because we want to help you live your best life. And today, guys, my name's Angel Falk. I'm the fitness angel, and I am extra excited because I have two wonderful friends that I met through this amazing company. Barbara Sipes is going to be sharing her story, her health story, her journey, why health is even important to her, and how she ended up with this amazing company and what it's done for her. And then our wonderful friend Robin, that I actually met through Barbara, Robin Smith Peters, and it says Hannah's iPad, but that's her daughter's. We use the tools God gives us, right? Whatever tools you have, you're going to use it. And she's going to be sharing her amazing health story, guys. She is a walking miracle. When I first met her on Zoom, that's the only way we've met, right? I was just amazed at what she's been through, and I'm so thankful she's part of our wonderful mission. So I'm going to just share my story really briefly. You've probably heard it before, but just in case there's somebody new that hears this, I have always been into fitness. I was always a cheerleader, a dancer, always into aerobics and all that kind of Jane Fonda stuff. That was me. And then in 2009, I was diagnosed with a brain tumor, and it really rocked our world. We had a 9 and a 12-year-old, and my mama's heart was just, Lord, let me live. And I did survive a 14-hour brain surgery. They could not get all the tumor. A small part is still on my brain stem. But they said it's sealed. It's not going to grow. Nothing should happen. Well, guys, after I relearned to walk again, talk, swallow, all those things, I lost my facial nerve. I'm deaf in my right ear. The thing grew back, and it was huge at my 1-year checkup. So that's when I had radiation, 27 treatments. And I got really sick. Vivian, my mother-in-law's on this call. She could tell y'all, I thought I might die, honestly. But that mama's heart was praying big and believing God that I would pull through this. And I did, thank God. But I was on a quest then for health, because I learned that just because you're fit does not mean you're healthy. It's two different things. A lot of people think if you're fit and you're in the gym every day busting it, you're healthy, and that's not true. So guys, I learned about oxidative stress. The more you work out, the more you're aging, you're faster you're aging on the inside, and you need antioxidants to offset that. It's called oxidative stress, and we have a great webinar on that if you haven't seen it. It's by Dr. David Phillips, who's an Ironman athlete and a Harvard grad, and he explains it so much better than I can. So if you want that, make sure you ask for it. And anyway, I started the quest for adding more antioxidants, fruits and vegetables to my body to get healthier on the inside. Because when you go through a major health crisis, the number one thing, if you're a parent, is you don't want your kids to ever have to go through this. So that was my first thing. I went to an event. I heard a doctor speak about adding Juice Plus to children's diets, because most kids today live on chicken nuggets and french fries, sadly, mac cheese. I was guilty too, but the more you know, the better you do. So trying to incorporate more fruits and vegetables is so important. But I knew we were missing the mark. We were not getting enough of the quality that we need every day. It's got to be an everyday thing if you really want to be healthy. So that's when I met a nurse at Vanderbilt who told me about Juice Plus. Got on it, got my daughter on it, eventually my husband, my son, and then I knew I had to share this. And so I've been doing this for a few years now. I absolutely love it. I'm so thankful I don't have to go to a job. I can be home on my computer or my phone, wherever I am, and share Juice Plus with everybody, because I believe everybody can benefit. And one of the best things about this wonderful company is the people I have met. So today I'm going to introduce you to my friend. Where'd Barbara go? I don't see her on here anymore. We might start with you, Robin.
Okay.
Robin, maybe Barbara was having Wi-Fi problems and had to hop off. But I met Barbara first, and then she introduced me to Robin. So we'll start with Robin.
Okay.
Robin, I want to hear what your health journey was like before you started Juice Plus. I just want to hear, I want everybody to know what you have been through, because you look amazing. And that's the thing, you can't tell by looking at somebody what's going on inside or what they've been through, right? So
Right.
I want to just share that, and then share when you started taking Juice Plus and what it's done for your body, what it's done for you.
Well, it started with me about 7 years ago. I was walking around with double pneumonia and didn't know it. I started hallucinating because I wasn't getting enough oxygen. And so my husband and daughter put me in the car, took me to the hospital. The pneumonia took a turn for the worst, and it turned to ARDS, which is where your lungs set up like bricks. And I was septic. I was on my deathbed. I told my husband and my daughter this one night that if I lived, I would never breathe on my own again. They said, find a place for her to be on machines. You're going to have to take her. She'll never be breathing on her own again. So through the power of prayer, God answered everyone's prayers, and I woke up. I was intubated and in a coma for 2 weeks. So when I woke up, I could not even get a fork to my mouth or pull my own blanket. I was so weak. But through God's answered prayers, I woke up, and I was left then after, I recovered well, but then about 5 years ago, I got C. diff. And I think it was maybe from all the antibiotics they used, to fight off all that infection. But I struggled with C. diff on and off for 3 years, which just completely destroyed my stomach. And I couldn't digest anything. It was just awful. I was like a prisoner in home because I was scared to go out because of all the stomach issues. But they finally diagnosed me with IBS with constipation and dumping syndrome, and told me that I was going to have to give myself a shot 30 minutes before every meal, which was some kind of synthetic hormone. And I thought, no, I'm not going to inject this, and take these shots. They put me on Linzess. I still struggled and struggled through experimenting around and figuring out what I could eat and what I couldn't eat. What made it worse, I was able to, I cut out gluten, sugar, processed foods, and recently dairy. Thank you, Barb. But it was all playing a big part in making everything worse. But I was still on, Linzess and taking all kinds of stuff to make me go to the bathroom. So once I started the Juice Plus, it has just been wonderful. Like, I'm off all my stomach meds. I'm eating whole plant foods. Before that, I couldn't digest anything raw. And now I ate carrots yesterday. I would have never eaten carrots before. So, and I'm drinking my smoothies with berries and peaches and everything in them. And my energy level has it's amazing how much energy I have now. I'm sleeping better. I can tell my skin's feeling better. My stomach's, it's just been amazing, the difference it's made for me.
That's amazing. I'm going to interrupt you real quick. So you already started making these healthy changes in your diet, and you were on Juice Plus. How long before you said you felt just getting those extra nutrients and made a huge difference?
Just a few days. It was pretty immediate that I saw a difference. And I still went ahead and took, some of my medicines, but then I'm like, well, I'm going to try it without and just take the Juice Plus. And I was able to just go off of all the medicines that they had me on.
It's amazing. It's
amazing. It is amazing. I'm so thankful Barb called me that day and said.
Yes, and she told you about it. And
yes.
And tell us what you did. You didn't just become a customer. Why did you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to pay the $52 and be a rep?
Because it's helped me so much. And I ordered for my husband and my daughter and my mom and dad, they're all on it now. And I just want to help everyone. It's helped me so much that I want to share it with everybody. And I've tried to be a rep for other things before and not really been this excited about it. This is something that I just feel kind of led to do to help others, and to, especially during this time with, to build immunity, and the Healthy Starts with the children is just a wonderful program. And to be able to share that is awesome.
Yes. Okay. Now you're freezing up a little bit. So hopefully you're going to come back. There you are. Okay. So tell us on the Healthy Starts, tell us who you sponsored and what's happened with that. Oh, you're still frozen a little bit. Dang it.
Sorry, I don't know why. I came to the motor home hoping it would work, but is it still freezing?
You're back. You're back. Yay. Tell us, I want everybody to hear the story because you told me about the little girl.
Yes, Allie. She is a cancer survivor. She's like 6 years old, and was left with stomach issues after they did surgery for her cancer, and would often have blockages and end up in the hospital. So I gave my Healthy Starts to her, and she's been taking them, and she just gobbles them up. She loves them. In fact, they just went on a trip, and her dad handed her what was supposed to last her for 3 or 4 days, and she ate all the fruit ones at once. And so she definitely likes them, but her mom said that it's really helped her stomach issues too. And she's very thankful to have that extra support for her immune system.
Absolutely. And when you have cancer or something, people think, oh, you just, get the medicine. And y'all, everything you take is going to have some consequences. And this child was very constipated, all kinds of digestion issues. And y'all, that's the number one thing I hear from parents with children who have constipation. Juice Plus takes care of that. I have heard that over and over, and adults as well. Lots of good nutrients, and the chewables have a lot of fiber, and they really help you go to the bathroom, and you got to drink lots of water with it to help things move along. It's concentrated food, and even though she ate 3 days worth in one sitting, it's not going to hurt her because it's whole food. And
yes.
Like a vitamin will have a childproof cap. We don't have that. It's just a bag, because it's like putting your hands in fruits and vegetables, right? So the more you get, the better. You may poop a little extra, but it's not going to hurt you. If your child gets into vitamins, they are going to end up having to probably go to the ER, because you can actually die from a vitamin overdose, unlike Juice Plus. So I absolutely love that. And it seems like when we were talking, there was another really cool story about somebody that you've helped. I can't remember now.
That's your dad, Robin.
Well, I was really shocked that my dad, I didn't think he would take it. My mom ordered some, and they came in the mail, and my dad was like, well, how do I take these? And he just has, and he's had multiple open heart surgeries, and has a terrible diet. The only thing he wants to eat is McDonald's cheeseburgers. And I mean, every day, and not any vegetables. So I'm so excited that he's taking them every day. My mom is a colon cancer survivor, and she's really scared with changes to try anything new. So she's starting out a little slower than my dad, and just taking starting with one of each a day. But she is trying it, and I'm hoping that it will help her as much as it's helped me.
Yes, that is so good. It's so good to hear. Even if you're on a horrible diet, when you add Juice Plus, you're getting the nutrients you would not be getting. So it's baby steps. I know I found with a lot of people, they start Juice Plus first, and then they start adding more water. Then they start cutting out sodas or cutting out things. But y'all, we have somebody in our company that I shared it was a Facebook memory of Dr. Odom talking. He was doing some kind of teaching. And by the way, guys, he's coming back to Franklin soon. I'll be letting you know. Barbara, you may have to come spend the night or something. But anyway, we're excited about that. But I shared that memory, and this new friend, and I know she wouldn't mind because she put it on there. Her name's Becky Howell. She said since she heard Dr. Odom, she's made some healthy changes. She started Juice Plus. She lost 11 pounds. She's still smoking, but it's less. And I was like, hallelujah. She's smoking cigarettes and taking her Juice Plus, but she's smoking less, and she's on her journey. Everybody's on a journey. You have to start somewhere. And no matter where you are, you can improve your diet. I don't care if you eat all organic, all vegan, you can improve your diet by adding Juice Plus, because you're going to get more nutrients from things you may not get every day. There's Lila. Woohoo! We love our Lila. But anyway, I'm so excited. Thank you, Robin, and thank you for not only sharing your health story, but being a blessing and sharing with others. You know, you're not only helping your own self get healthy, you're helping others get healthy, you know, even if they live on McDonald's, that's okay. Getting Juice Plus in their body, right? We all have
Yes.
a story. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Now I
Thank
want y'all
you.
to, yes. Now I want y'all to hear from Barbara. Barbara is actually the one that was brave enough to get the phone and call Robin and say, Robin, I got to tell you about this. And y'all, Barbara and I got to know each other really well. We went on a team retreat to the beach. We had a condo by Dr. Odom, such a gift. He gave us a week at the beach. So we got to know each other. It was the first time we ever met in person. And everything else has been online, which is fine for now. But you know, when you meet each other in person, it's really special. So anyway, Barbara, tell us why health and nutrition is important to you. Maybe a little bit of how we met and how you got started on Juice Plus and what it's done for you.
Okay, well, I want to start with, just, I knew Robin had some health issues, and just seeing what this has done for her has blessed me I'm just so happy for her, and that just, I don't know. I loved hearing that story, and I love seeing her just glow and feel better, and that means so much. But to go back to how I started, I guess I've been really blessed. I've never had any major health issues. I've been pretty healthy, but I've always, like you, enjoyed fitness. And now when I was growing up, we probably didn't eat right. And even I remember feeding my kids hamburger helper and tuna helper, which I would never do now. But they both are race motorcycles, and they started at a young age. And so it was then when they became athletes, I really got more interested because I wanted them to be strong and, give them every chance I could to be able to compete like they can. But also, I've had a lot of people in my family have some health issues, several uncles with cancer. And actually about 15 years ago, my aunt was diagnosed with scleroderma, which is, it's considered the disease where you turn to stone because your body overproduces collagen and everything gets really hard. So her fingers curled up, and actually my mom is suffering with it right now. But your fingers curl up and they get hard, and it just, if it's systemic, it hardens your internal organs, and that's what usually kills you. Your lungs get hard, everything. And then, so my aunt had the localized, but it had tightened her up all the way up to her mouth. I mean, her mouth was drawn in, her shoulders were up, her fingers were curled, and that's when I really started diving in. I was like, there's got to be something we can do, because I looked it up and there's no hope. They make you comfortable. There's really no cure. So I did some digging and did some research and came up with some things to help her. And she actually was able to reverse hers, which was amazing. All except to the ends of her fingers. It never left there, but all this got better. So I'm working on that with my mom right now. But anyway, I guess I got a little ahead of myself. But so my sons were racing, and they decided they wanted to go professional. So we traveled all over the U.S. doing races, going to all the national events, because you have to be noticed to be picked up by teams and so forth. But anyway, so eventually they both made it. And in 2005, we were down in Florida, and my son was practicing. I was filming, and he had a really bad accident on his bike and suffered some internal injuries. So, yeah, I've got it on tape. I'm running with the video still on, screaming. But anyway, that was awful. I hate to even think about it. But anyway, he spent about a week in the hospital. They had to drain his lungs. Both lungs collapsed. He had various broken bones, broke his sternum, so at the end of our time in the hospital, we had several other families that race motorcycles who said, there's this fabulous holistic doctor in South Carolina. You've got to go see him. He's had astounding results in recovery and all this kind of stuff. So we loaded up from there and went straight down there, and his wife was a holistic nutritionist. So they treated him. We were there for a week with holistic nutrition, foods that I'd never heard of at that time, and various, the doctor did therapies, he did magnet therapy, just various different things. And at the end of the week, this was a week out of the hospital, and the following weekend he had a race, and I was really nervous, but he was well enough to do it. It was just amazing when the doctor said there was no way he'd be able to, because he asked, he said, do you think I'll be ready for this? And the doctor said, I don't think so, but he sure enough did. So anyway, after that, I was just eat up with, okay, I want to know everything that they did, because my boys are still racing and I want to be able to help them myself. So that's when I started my self-study for years. And then finally in 2017, I decided to go to school and get my credentials as a holistic nutritionist and learn more, because I learned all about the body and why all the nutrients are important and how they're used. And it was awesome. So anyway, so with that, and since I'm also a fitness instructor, so I've been following Angel for, I don't know, what did we say, 6 years, something like that. And she drew me in because she's so full of joy and exuberance, and and she was a Christian. She talked about Jesus all the time. I'm like, I just loved her. Didn't even know her, and I had heard her mention Juice Plus before, or even seen a post, but I didn't think a lot of it. But then finally, I'm like, okay, what is this stuff? I want to know. So she told me, and it just made perfect sense. Because as a nutritionist, one of the biggest things people have trouble with is, like, I know I need to eat better, but, I don't like this, and this, or it's so expensive to buy fresh fruits and vegetables. I can buy this box of something and it's so much cheaper, and so many excuses. So of course, I'm pushing to eat the whole foods and really working with them. But I just thought this was a great adjunct, to get them started, like Angel said, and hopefully start craving those things, but also to fill in the blanks for what they're not getting, so that they can see that, start seeing some results. Like Robin, even though she was eating better, but I'm still astounded with what's happened with her. But anyway, and then the main thing that made me fall in love with it was the research backing up everything that says it will do, and it's published in reputable journals, which that meant, if it was just published anywhere, it wouldn't mean near as much as it does being published in those journals, So anyway, did I answer everything?
I think you did. You did great. Thank you so much. Yeah, Barbara and I started chatting through Facebook Messenger. And then she sent me a message on my business page, The Fitness Angel. And I was like, I've seen her name before. And so I went back and found you in our messenger chat, and it was all about Zumba and Refit and YouTube and all those things. So it's so funny how people that and you meet, it may be years and years later before the nutrition talk comes up. But usually I know there's the two biggest prayer requests people always have are about their health and their finances. That's what people struggle with the most in this world. And I just love Juice Plus because not only are we helping people get healthy, but people who need a side income, the company will pay you for sharing. And it just makes sense. If you believe in it, it's backed by research, it works, why not share it? And I just feel passionate about it now because I've been in it for a while and I've seen lives changed. And no matter what stage of life you're in, everyone can use extra fruits and vegetables and berries and omegas and complete protein powder. And everyone can use a tower garden to grow your own. So we have something for everybody. And I love that our children get fruits and veggies free. You can sponsor a child. It doesn't even have to be your own child. It can be someone else's as long as they're age 4 through college. And they get that for 4 years. And you don't have to wait till your child is 4. You can get Juice Plus for them. I'm looking at Allison now. Her baby has been on Juice Plus since Allison was pregnant. She was getting it in her body. And then when her baby, Lila, was 6 months old, she was opening the capsules and putting the little powders in her mouth so that she could start craving them. And she is such a beautiful, healthy child. And now she's eating the gummies, drinking the protein drinks. It's just amazing. So I know firsthand that this is for everybody and anybody. And no matter your age, Robin's parents are having their lives changed. Cheryl, I know your parents are having their lives changed. And Vivian, you started later and you're doing better. And, every year I know I see you get sick like all the time, constantly, colds, the flu, constantly. And I haven't seen you sick in a while. So I'm
know.
really,
Good.
I know, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of all of you guys. And I want to share just one short video. Usually I show lots of videos up. Today was just a time to talk. I'm in a talking mood today, guys. I accidentally shared this hour-long Facebook Live in our customer group today, all about my dog. And I meant to go on my personal page. So anyway, it's just one of those crazy days. But I'm going to share this short video about our mission. It's only about a minute long because I absolutely love it.
The Juice Plus company is now in over 20 countries and growing, which goes to show that our mission is really a global mission.
Inspiring healthy living is so much bigger than just drinking more water or eating more fruits and vegetables or moving more. It's about creating a whole healthy person, a whole healthy family. I think of being a mom on a mission to help as many other women realize there's something out there to help their families, help them with their health, that can help them financially.
I love the fact that everywhere I go, I'm able to offer something that can help people's health, but then also help them realize their dreams.
Our mission is also to change lives. We like to say that we like to do good as we do well. And our good is done through the Juice Plus Foundation that partners with many nonprofits out there to lend a hand to those that are less fortunate than we are. We can see the impact that we're making, that we're part of a bigger movement, putting people on a journey to really make a difference in their life.
There's a lot of ways that you can make money, but there's only a few ways that you can make money and a difference.
And it's so much more than the product offering. It's the education and inspiration.
It just becomes a part of who we are. It becomes a part of our story and our life every single day.
Everyone needs more fruits and vegetables in their lives. We're not getting enough. And the fact that I can share this message, not only here at home, but around the world, is amazing.
I love that. I wanted to show you guys, this is what I take every day, 2 of each. We have omegas, berries, veggies, and fruits. And then we have our protein powder. And right now, if you order, you can just start with this if you want, or everything, which is what I recommend. But if you order this, you will get these free for your children, and you can get chewables too. We have chewables. And also, until September 30th, a free bag of Complete. That's worth $35. So 15 servings, and it's just a great program. So if you know somebody who has a child, and they need this, just share. Just let them know and connect them with the person who invited you to this call. And if you're not ready to start Juice Plus, that's okay too. We have free resources for everybody. If you go to healthylivingrevolution.com, there's recipes, workouts, webinars on all the greatest health topics for children, for brain health, for your immune system, for cancer, all these great webinars there so you can learn more. And if you forgot that, just get with the person who invited you. And then we're always looking for people to join our mission, because you know people we don't know. And we want to help as many people in this world as we can. So if you know something good, you got to share it, right? All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for joining. Oh, let me get a picture. Bonnie, are you going to show your face today? Cheryl Hughes.
I can.
Come on. Come on. Maria, show us your face. It's a picture. There we go. All right, guys. I will get the picture. 1, 2, 3. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful and blessed day.
Bye.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. You girls still on? Good job, Robin.
Oh, thank you. I was nervous.
I'm going to